Welcome to the session. Today I am going to explain you about the MTP, that is medical termination of pregnancy, which come under the second unit by name reproductive health. In the previous classes you have been studied the birth control measures, which included both temporary and the permanent methods like that. So how the birth control can be achieved, thereby the population explosion can be controlled. Now today I am telling you about the MTP, which is also one of the methods of birth control, though it is not advisable. MTP in the sense medical termination of pregnancy, when it is done, and what is the definition of this one? MTP means it is an intentional or voluntary termination of pregnancy. This is nothing but an induced abortion. Suppose the woman become pregnant due to what? The unprotected intercourse, or due to the victim by rape, or failure of the contraceptives during coitus. Or in other words, if at all that the pregnancy is not preferred or opted by the parents, then the MTP is done. And then when it is done, which is the suitable period for this MTP? It is always advised MTP is to be carried out within the first trimester, that is within the 3 months of the pregnancy. In the earlier period it is to be done, then only it may save the life of the mother. The mother or maternal mortality is not happened if at all it is done within the first trimester. Formerly, the abortion was illegal, but later on, the central government introduced the MTP Act during the year 1971, which came into effect from 1972. Later on, the Act was revised in the year 1975. So during this, the 1975, the Act was what? The revised. And later on, very recently, the MTP Act was introduced in the year 2017 with certain instructions. Why it was reintroduced with modification in the year 2017? This was because of the fact that majority of the couples, they opt MTP whenever they came to know that the developing fetus is female. As a result of it, the female feticide is more, resulting in imbalance of the sex ratio of male and female. So even in India, the sex ratio is not balanced. For every 1,000 male, there may be around 900 or 912 or 20 like that. The ratio is the imbalance. And of course it is almost managed in the Kerala state. but not in any other the states of India. So for that reason, the MTP Act was revised and introduced in the year 2017, and some of the standing instructions are given. Suppose the pregnant woman prefer to undergo abortion, then she is to be taken the advice or concurrence with that of the one registered medical practitioner. One registered medical practitioner, after the examination of that pregnancy and knowing the details why she opted abortion, he has to report and then recommend for what? The abortion. So this is, she has to take the advice of only one registered medical practitioner if at all MTP is to be carried within the first trimester. Suppose the pregnancy has crossed the first trimester and within second trimester in the sense next 3 months. So if at all it is to be done between the first and the second trimester, the recommendation of the one registered medical practitioner is not enough. So it has to be done or carried out by another medical practitioner. That means to say, the two registered medical practitioners have to recommend the MTP or recommend the abortion. So this is the latest MTP Act which was introduced in the year 2017. When the medical practitioner the recommended for abortion, what may be the grounds or what may be the factors for them to they recommend for the abortion? One, if at all there is a risk of the pregnant woman, if at all the woman health is not if woman is severe anemic or she is unhealthy, and if at all that pregnancy is carried, then it may affect what? The maternal mortality. So based upon that status of the healthy condition of that pregnant woman, they may recommend for this abortion. The another the ground is abnormalities of the developing fetus. Suppose the fetus is suffering from any genetic disorders like that of the hemophilia, or said to be it is physically handicapped like that. In future or after birth, it becomes burden to the family or even to the society like that. So in that situation also, the doctors advise the lady to undergo abortion. On these two backgrounds, the medical practitioners can recommend for what? The MTP. That is what is known as the medical termination of pregnancy. Now, after this, now let us know about the diseases concerned with the reproductive health. The one is STDs, that is sexually transmitted diseases. The diseases which spread through sexual contact can be referred as STDs, or even it is called as venereal diseases, or even the reproductive tract, the infection, or sexually transmitted infection like that. But of course, the most common term or the most popularized term which in general used is STDs, sexually transmitted diseases. So remember, these STDs are nearly of about 85% is noticed in the age group of the 15 to 24. That means to say, the youths are getting these STDs in a larger scale, or the risk lies in this age group rather than the other age groups. And then, if at all any STDs is detected earlier, followed by the treatment, it can be cured. But of course, some of the STDs like hepatitis B and the genital herpes and the AIDS cannot be cured. They can be controlled, but completely not curable. Whereas the other type of the STDs can be cured if at all it is detected earlier and followed by treatment. The examples are gonorrhea, syphilis. These two are what? The bacterial diseases which can be cured very easily, as there are many antibiotics to kill the bacteria. The genital herpes, the hepatitis B, and then AIDS. These are all what? The viral diseases. So as there are no antiviral drugs, naturally these diseases cannot be cured, but preventive measures can be taken, or to some extent they can be controlled by advising certain drugs, but cannot be completely curable as like that of the bacterial diseases. AIDS, as you are aware, the acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. This is what is known as the AIDS. Now, what may be the causes? That means how actually this disease used to spread or transmitted. One by one we can consider through blood transfusion. As you are aware, blood transfusion in the sense collecting the blood from the donor and giving to the recipient. That is what is known as the blood transfusion. Then the sharing of what? The syringe needles which are used for what? Injections. If at all the same syringe needles without sterilization is used, naturally the disease may be transmitted even to a healthy individual. The next is sexual contact with what? Infected individuals. Suppose a person is quite healthy. If he comes in contact sexually with an infected woman, then he will also get the disease from that, the sex partner. The next is the blood transfusion, what I already explained to you. The another one is, if at all an infected woman becomes pregnant and the fetus was developing in the uterus, and between the maternal blood and the fetal blood there is an organic connection by name of placenta which look after the welfare of the fetus. Through that placenta, the causal germ or agent, either may be the bacteria or may be the virus, infect what? The developing fetus. Thereby, the child may born with what? The STDs. Thereby, we can say totally that the causal agent may infect the developing fetus if at all an infected woman is pregnant through placenta. Then, what are the common symptoms? The common symptoms for all these STDs are, of course, there are some specific symptoms for the specific STDs, but whatever here I have written are the common symptoms which appear in almost all STDs. That is, one is itching. The another, unusual sore. Sore means it is nothing but open, inflamed, the wound. The sore is otherwise known as the ulcer. Open, inflamed wound can be referred as what? Sore. And this sore, the alternative term for the sore is also known as the ulcer. The next, pain during urination. For example, in a normal man, during urination there is no pain, and even after urination there is no burning sensation in the urinary organ. But here he feels what? Pain during passing of the urine. And in the advanced state there is discharge of what? Greenish yellow pus from the genitals. Either may be from vagina of woman or from the penis of man. The another one is inflammation of the genital organ. That is external genitalia, which is penis in man or vagina in woman. So these are all what are known as the common symptoms of STDs. Now, if at all these STDs are neglected and the treatment is not taken well in time, or not early detected, if it proceeds and reaches the advanced stage, then the complications may result. What may be the complications here? The complication is pelvic inflammatory disease. Pelvic in the sense, remember, this is the pectoral region and this one is the pelvic region. So this pelvic inflammation means nothing but what? Swelling. That is the pelvic inflammatory disease. Next is the abortion. The abortion may occur naturally. Stillbirth, in the sense the baby born dead. So whenever the delivery is happened, naturally the baby is alive in the natural case. But if in the complication state, the dead baby is born. That is stillbirth. And then ectopic pregnancies. Ectopic pregnancies means where actually the blastocyst is get attached to initiate the pregnancy in a normal woman. It is get attached to the endometrial wall of uterus. That is called what? Implantation. That initiates what? Pregnancy. That is the normal case. But ectopic pregnancies means if at all the attachment of the blastocyst occurs in any other part of the female reproductive system apart from uterus, not in the uterus, the implantation occurs somewhere in the oviduct, that is in the fallopian tube like that, instead of the uterus. If at all the implantation occurs in the other parts of the reproductive system, not in the uterus, then it is called as ectopic pregnancies. The next is infertility, that is unable to become the father or mother of a child. That is the sterility, or even it may cause what? The cancer of reproductive tract. And remember, these complications are common to both men and women. The common symptoms and even these complications are common to both sexes, or both male and female. Now lastly we have to think of about what may be the preventive measures, how it can be controlled. Now the preventive measures are one by one let us discuss. Avoid sex with infected the individual, or multiple sexes should be avoided, or sex with one partner. Remember, avoid sex with infected individual. If at all the sex is happened with the infected individual, even though he is quite healthy, you will get the disease from that, the sex partner. And it is always advised the multiple sexes should be avoided, or in other words, it can be explained or it can be stated that sex with one partner. Second, the usage of the safer sex methods like condoms by man and the cervical caps by women like that. This avoids the direct contact between the male and the female genital organs. So that prevents definitely the transmission of the STDs. The next is, suppose the woman is infected. Advise an infected woman against pregnancy. If at all woman is infected, advice should be given to her not to get any pregnancy or not to become pregnant unless that STD is completely cured, or in simple way we can say that advising infected woman against pregnancy. The another one is, the blood should be thoroughly examined or tested for any pathogens to be present in the donor's blood before transfusion. Without the blood examination or blood test, blood transfusion should not be done. The next is early detection of the disease followed by what? Treatment can cure any of these STDs, exception to what? AIDS, genital herpes, and then the hepatitis B. All other the STDs can be cured. So these are the preventive measures that one can take to prevent the STDs. That's all about the STDs with reference to the causal agents, and then the common symptoms, complications, and then the preventive measures like that. So in the next class, I will take up the infertility. Thank you, one and all.